Okay, here are the answers to the quiz questions. When you want to access content from another entity from a reference field in a view, what do you use to do it? The answer is C, a relationship. So in this chapter, we used a reference field to create a relationship between some content and a user, and then we used a views relationship in order to pull content from the user using that reference field. Okay, question 2. If you want to change a textual list of field to checkboxes instead of a select box, what do you do? And the answer is C. You go to the Manage Form Display settings for the content type. The Manage Display setting sets how that content type looks in a particular context, whereas the Form Display changes which inputs are used and how the inputs are ordered. Question 3. You can use a reference field to reference users or nodes. True or false? The answer is true. And you can use views to reference a whole lot of other entities that we haven't talked about yet. Question 4. To use another field in the Rewrite Results tool in Views, that other field needs to be located. The answer is A, above everything that you're editing. Otherwise, it won't show up in the replacement patterns. And finally, question 5. Personal contact forms are available for who? By default, check all that apply. And the answer is C, administrators. This is a prudent setting for security and to protect our site from unnecessary spam. All right, let's take a look at the challenges now. So the first challenge was create a reference field and tour types to point to the staff node of the creator. Okay, so the way that we organized this before was we used the author as the reference to the user. In this case, we're kind of duplicating that feature, but as a reference field. So let's go to the site and go to Structure, Content Types, and let's go to Tour Types and Manage Fields. Let's add a new field, and it's going to be a reference. This time, instead of referencing a user, we're going to reference content. We'll call this staff node, and we'll save and continue. We'll leave it as 1. We'll click Save Field Settings. And then down here, we have to select the reference method. We're going to use the default for now, and we're going to set the content types to staff. And we'll go ahead and sort by title. And we'll click Save Settings. So now, when we go to edit a tour type, we can choose which staff we want to associate with this tour type. Okay, that tackles the first challenge. The second challenge builds on top of this one. It says, once you accomplish the first challenge, add an image of the creator to each tour type in the tour type view. So what we need to do first is associate the staff nodes with the tour types, and then we need to alter the view. So let's first go through each of the tour types. I'm going to open these up in new tabs. And in each one, we can take a look at the author, Joey, and use that for the staff node. I'll do this quickly. So now what we need to do is add an image of the creator to the tour type in the tour type listing view. So let's go to the tour type listing, go to Views and Tour Types. And now we can't add a field right now for the image because we first need a relationship. So let's add one, and we'll search for staff node, and we'll select content reference from the field staff node. We'll add and configure the relationship. We'll click Apply, and now we should be able to add a field using that relationship. So we'll select photo, and that will appear in staff. Let's add and configure it. This time, since there's two pieces of content, we can choose a relationship or no relationship. This time we do want to pull from the relationship. And let's set the image style to something small so it doesn't overwhelm our preview. And I'll click Apply. Let's scroll down. And now we have images for the creator of each tour type. I'm going to roll this back by hitting Cancel in the view. And then I'm going to remove the field from our tour type. Okay, second challenge complete. Our final challenge is change the thumbnail and the staff view to be black and white instead of color. Okay, the way that we can do this is with image styles. So I'm going to use Coffee to jump to image styles, and I'll edit our thumbnail cropped here. And I'm going to add a new effect. The desaturate one is the one that will change a color image to black and white. So now you can see it's black and white here. And if we go to our team, the images are all black and white. Super easy. Okay, let's roll this back. I'm going to go back to image styles, and I'm going to edit our thumbnail cropped, and I'm going to delete the desaturation. Now, just a quick tip, if you're looking for additional image effects, you can use the image effects module. I haven't tested this out for Drupal 8 yet, but in Drupal 7 it had some great features. You can see a list of the effects that are available if you go to the README link on the module page. Okay, so now we've completed this. Let's hit return and see what we've achieved.